The war started to take a revenge, caused a chain of violence and sufferings, ended in haste and desperation. It's about US invasion of Afghanistan. During the 9/11 attacks in 2001, 2,977 people were killed, resulting in US 20-year-long invasion of Afghanistan. The war caused heavy human and material losses on each front. Brown University estimated that United States has lost more than $2 trillion or $190 billion on the war in Afghanistan, and more or less 240,000 people died, including 7,729 children. Let's explore briefly how this horrific historic series of events unfolded. On September 16, 2001, in the South Lawn, American President George Bush Jr. announced,
"This crusade, this war on terrorism, is going to take a while, and the American people must be patient. I'm going to be patient."
He further announced cooperation of Pakistan.
The leader of Pakistan has been very cooperative. He has agreed with our requests to aid our nation to hunt down, to find, to smoke out of their holes the terrorist organization that is the prime suspect. And I am pleased with his response.
Thus a 20 years war started. The US secret campaign in Afghanistan started on September 26, with a CIA team termed as Jawbreaker. After arriving in the country and working with anti-Taliban allies, CIA team initiated a strategy for deposing the Kandahar regime. The United States primarily teamed with the Northern Alliance in the north, and anti-Taliban Pashtuns in southern Afghanistan, led by then a little-known tribal leader Hamid Karzai. On October 7, 2001, US and British warplanes started bombarding Taliban targets. It was public start of Operation Enduring Freedom. In late October, Northern Alliance began to capture a series of towns formerly held by the Taliban. The forces worked with US assistance, and they marched into Kabul as the Taliban withdrew without a fight on November 13, 2001. On December 6, Kandahar, the largest city in southern Afghanistan, the Taliban's capital, fell, marking the end of their power. It had been besieged by a force led by Hamid Karzai that moved in from the north. Another force commanded by Gul Agha Sherzai advanced from the south. Both the forces advanced with the heavy assistance from the United States. Later on, in Bonn, Germany, with behind-the-scenes maneuvering by the United States, Hamid Karzai was selected to lead the country on an interim basis. Initially, the war appeared to have been won quickly by the US and allies. On May 1, 2003, US Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld announced an end to major combat in Afghanistan with a victory. At that time, there were 8,000 US troops in Afghanistan. The first democratic Afghan elections since the fall of the Taliban were held on October 9, 2004, with approximately 80% of registered voters turning out to give Karzai a full 5-year term as president. Although came into power with majority of votes, Karzai remained largely confined to his presidential palace. In 2005, violence intensifies as the Taliban reaffirmed their presence. The Afghan resurgence paralleled with a rise in anti-American and anti-Western sentiment among common Afghans. Those feelings were nurtured by the charges of prisoner abuse at US detention camps, widespread corruption in the Afghan government, and civilian casualties caused by US and NATO bombings. In May 2006, NATO took command of the war across the country. Afghanistan soon became the supplier of over 90% of the world's opium in coming year. Next 15 years marked mass murders at the hand of NATO and American forces multiple times, which caused widespread outrage against the Western forces. The US and NATO formally ended their combat mission in Afghanistan on December 28, 2014. Behind-the-scene dialogue with Taliban insurgents were already in progress. Leader of Taliban, Abdul Ghani Bradar, was released on the 24th of October, 2018, from Pakistani jail upon special request of American admiration, who joined in Qatar dialogue. This Qatar dialogue formally ended the war and forces of Taliban formally entered into Kabul. From a common man's perspective, this war ended where it started. Sir Francis Bacon rightly said that revenge is a wild form of justice. The war started to take revenge of 2,977 people, caused death of 240,000, including more than 7,000 children in Afghanistan and Pakistan. That's 80 times the death toll of the September 11, 2001 attacks. We hope next time, instead of acting on instinctive inclinations, world leadership will resolve conflicts with more mindful and humane approach. There are always lesser-known yet significant achievements which popular visions tend to forget. We will keep highlighting those lesser-knowns. For more surprising lesser-known stories, stay connected. Thank you for watching. Please give your feedback and comments below in comments section. We hope you will consider subscribing our channel. Bye bye.